kiddos need to have their multiplication factor down if they're going to work with basic multiplication, but especially in my class with the fractions. Because if you can't have those right there, reducing fractions or finding equivalent fractions is really tough.
Also, unlock doors for, like you said, with the reducing fractions, being able to divide. If you know your multiplication facts, just knowing them in reverse is those division facts really fast, which they expect you to know in the upper grades, like in high school, middle school. They're not going to wait around for you to count. Anything like that, you just need to know them right away. Also, unlock doors for, like you said, with the reducing fractions, being able to divide. If you know your multiplication facts, just knowing them in reverse is those division facts really fast, which they expect you to know in the upper grades, like in high school, middle school. They're not going to wait around for you to count. Anything like that, you just need to know them right away.
Well, my kids, those that are struggling with their math facts, when they go to do that long division, they get lost in the process because they're so busy counting on their fingers, then they forgot, am I bringing down, am I subtracting, what am I doing?
Right, because they're trying to deal with two processes at once instead of just having one process to deal with. And I know in my class, Mrs. New, the ESS teacher, she's doing processing things with the kids in order to try to get them to learn their facts a little bit better. But she's trying to give them strategies and skills to cope with those kids that can't memorize their facts as quickly as maybe some of your kids. And so she's been doing a program with them where she's taught them to skip count, and then she's taught them to use tally marks. And even though that's kind of a processing hindrance, at least they get the right answer, because if they're using their tally marks and using their skip counting, at least they can get the right answer and they're just not tested.
Right, so survival skills for the kids.
Absolutely.
All kids need something.
Right.
Like you were talking about with the fractions and the division and everything, we're working on, I don't know what it's called now, but factors, finding factors for numbers, and they're dying because they don't know their multiplication facts.
Right, so therefore don't know how to.
And then homework takes twice as long because they're having to go the long way around.
Well, and Ellen, like you were saying, survival skills, and so for those kids that still don't have the process of skip counting or using their tally marks, like we're doing division and the factoring as well, they get a multiplication chart, and I don't know how they feel about that at the middle school for next year, but some of the kids, I think that's like the division process, making them know the process and learning the process is more important than them knowing their facts. And so they're using those multiplication charts to learn the process of some of those skills that they're going to need later on, and hopefully those facts will come with time.
Right. Well, and still using the multiplication table, it's a tool that they can use, absolutely. But like you said, it's a little bit time consuming. But after a while, they're going to start wanting not to spend so much time on homework, so that remember when they touch on the 9 and the 8 and it goes up to 72, they'll try to remember that for next time.
But in your kids too, they need those life skill tools. You're working with kids that have a little bit more to deal with in life, so they need some life skills, and that's what you're giving them. Right. Put a little one in their pocket.
Right. What I find with Saxon, the kiddos get to do those power-ups daily. That repeated practice, I don't think you can beat it. It's probably one of the best things we've done for these children.
Right.
And starting at end of 3rd grade, maybe 4th grade for sure.
Right.
They get those math, the multiplication.
Yes, 4th grade they start.
Practice.
Yes. And I know our 3rd grade teachers here actually start with kids learning facts in 3rd grade. So they do those math minutes or whatever they are. And we actually do those in my room as well. I'm really triple dosing my kids. Math minutes, the power up, and then Mrs. New's program that she does, and they have a daily sheet that they have to do. So it's kind of that same thing, repeated process.
Fantastic.
I've told all of the 5th grade kids if they can do 100 problems within 2 minutes, they get free pop from me, which I've only had one kid do so far. And then I can do them fairly quickly, and if they can beat me, I'll buy them lunch at McDonald's. And so they have this incentive out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fun.
Won't do that with my kids. I go broke.
Yeah.